A question I get asked a lot is, Dieg, what vehicle should I be buying in order to start my grind to the Dominator 3? Well, this video will answer just that. Welcome to the Ultimate Outbrk vehicle tier list, and today we're going to be ranking all the vehicles in game from the F to S tier based on their top speed, off-road capabilities, handling, braking, and tornado chasing potential. Whether you're trying to nail those perfect interceptions or just stay alive during those intense chases, this guide will show you the best and worst vehicles to drive in the storm. Let's dive in. The first vehicle on our list is going to be the Traditional. It is a basic vehicle that you get at the very start for free that offers a little bit of everything but doesn't particularly excel at anything. It maxes out at 96 miles per hour with a solid braking point and decent handling. Unfortunately, its off-road speed is a little sluggish at 17 miles per hour, and while it does have full customization options, including the Messinet and Tornado antenna, the low speed and mediocre performance make it a poor choice for storm chasing. Due to its speed, it's hard to get in front of the tornadoes and get your perfect intercept, but it does give you the option to get behind and get a good probe off every now and then. For that reason, I'm placing the Traditional in the high D to high F tier. If you customize it fully, I would consider it in the D to high D tier, but if you're just starting out, it would be in the high F tier. Let's go to one of our unique vehicles. The VK2 is a variant of the Magnitude with very similar stats, including 121 mile per hour top speeds, one of the highest fuel capacities in the game, as well as 165 torque, I believe. It comes with a tornado antenna, hail protection, as well as a bull bar, which offers 20% collision damage reduction. So it comes with 3 upgrades. However, it has a slightly higher price point than just buying the Magnitude straight out. It has a 250,000 price point. For everything that you get and for how much you're paying, I feel that it would be better to just buy out the Magnitude and then customize it to your liking, then you would be able to add the Messinet as well as some other stuff, including the Silly Horn, which I highly value in every single vehicle that I buy, as well as, having a fully customizable vehicle is also very nice. So, for all of those reasons, I'll be placing the VK2 the C to B range. No more, no less. That's just how it is. Let's take a look at our other starter vehicle that you get at the beginning of the game, the Zenith, which is slightly faster in acceleration than the Traditional, but comes with poor off-road performance and a frustrating handle. In my experience, when you're driving, this thing can slide around quite a bit and can be a little bit troublesome if you get a little bit off-road. It's a little hard to recover as well. But it does get you to a top speed faster than the Traditional will. The Traditional takes quite a bit of time to build up. The Zenith does not require that much time to get up to 90 miles an hour. Here's a look at what it's like to drift off-road. It just doesn't slide very well when you're off-road. It catches a lot of grip, and that's why it's so slow as well once you're off-road. Its storm chasing potential can differ depending on location. If you're in a city, it's hard to get around the curvy roads, and it can be hard to get in front of this thing if you're not going top speeds. However, if you're on a long track and you got some good routes, you can easily catch back up in front of it and get 1 or 2 more probes off on a long track tornado. Now, this grade is going to be pretty personal. I feel it might be a little bit of a hot take, but we're going to go ahead and place the Zenith in the F to D tier. I personally prefer a car that handles well over a car that has top straight ahead speed, so that might just be a personal bias of mine, but that's what we're placing it. Next up, we have the Magnitude. This car is the embodiment of jack of all trades. It is good, if not great, at most things, but it's not really perfect in any one particular way that makes it unique. It has pretty good handling, pretty good acceleration, pretty good top speed, pretty good off-road speed, but it doesn't have that one thing overall. So I believe the price you're paying is $200,000 on this thing, if not $250,000. So $250,000 on top of all the upgrades. It is fully customizable, and we do have to factor that into the cost. It costs around $253,000 to fully upgrade a vehicle once you pay for it. So for a fully customized one, you're paying around $275,000 before you're ready to take action. Now, I think for that kind of price and for the pretty above average but not great performance of this vehicle on and off the chase, we'll be placing it in the mid B tier, high B tier once it's fully customized. Now, let's step it up with the Magnitude. The Magnitude is the second best vehicle in the game due to its max speed, the ability to fully customize it out so you're not missing the Messinet like you would be on the VK2, as well as some other things. But as you can see, it has very fast acceleration, very good turning at low speeds, and it gets up to those high speeds very quickly. I love this car. Its max speed is 121 miles per hour with a torque of 165. Similar, exactly the same stats as the VK2. And basically it's just the VK2 but better. You're spending 150,000 on it, which is the cheapest price point after your free vehicles at the start of the game. And after you customize it, costs another about, like I said, 253,000. You're only paying about 180,000 as opposed to spending 250 on the VK2, which I think is a little silly, given that this car is better. So because it has a great price point, very well off-road. It's not the best, but it does very well. Turn-wise is the best. Man, there are not a lot of downsides to this vehicle. So because of all that, we're going to go ahead and place this in the A tier. Once you have it fully customized, I say it goes in low S tier. Onto the Vanguard, which in my opinion is the vehicle that makes the game most interesting, second only to the Dominator, of course. So this has the highest off-road speed in the game at 27 to 30 miles an hour going straight, and enormous fuel capacity of 105. The handling is a little tricky and the braking could be better, but the Vanguard's off-road capabilities is the thing that makes this thing a beast, going out and chasing storms and tornadoes out in really, really bad conditions like the dirt. It's a lot of fun. So let's talk price. You got a 250 base with the 253 on top of that for the extra upgrades. You get about a $300,000 investment with this car. I would say it's a better investment than the Altitude, which is only pretty good at most things, whereas the Vanguard really excels at off-roading, which makes it unique in that way, like I said. So in my opinion, we're going to go ahead and place this in the B to A tier. High B just to start, and then you can upgrade it all the way up to mid A. The Extreme Tornado Tours vehicle is a unique take on the Vanguard, with similar stats but limited customization. Without hail protection or a Messinet, its storm chasing potential drops a bit. It's also missing the bull bar, which reduces your incoming vehicle damage by 20%. It's still a decent vehicle for those who value top speed and fuel capacity. Its price is $200,000 straight. It's $50,000 cheaper than the Vanguard, and it comes with a couple of upgrades already, like the Tornado antenna. So it might not be that bad of a purchase if you're just looking to get in there with a pretty good vehicle and go ahead and start grinding your way up from there. So for those reasons, we're going to go ahead and place this car in the C to B tier range. It belongs there because it has a really fast top speed, but it's not as good as the Vanguard because it isn't as customizable. Next up, we have the Live Storm Chasers vehicle. It mirrors the Altitude and performance, but has a few limited customization options. It does have the Messinet, which I like a lot, no hail cage protection. It comes with a laptop and tornado antenna, but it's missing the bull bar and your hail protection. But honestly, is probably the second best on top of the VK2 for unique vehicles. So while it does excel in storm chasing and has mid tier specs based on its performance on the road, let's talk its price. It has a price point of $200,000, no customization, so that you're getting the Messinet, the laptop, and the tornado antenna, which is pretty much all you need for storm chasing. So it's probably the safest option if you want to go a unique vehicle without going, the customizable route. You just want to get in there with a pretty good vehicle. This is probably your best option in terms of those vehicles. So for those reasons, we're going to go ahead and place this in the high B tier range. Now, because it has mid specs and it's not fully customizable, it loses points, but it gains all of those points back due to its price. Since you can buy it, it comes with the basic things that you need for storm chasing, and you can just get right in there for a pretty good price. And finally, we have arrived to the king of storm chasing vehicles, the Dominator 3. It comes with mid to high speeds, really solid handling, and really good off-road capability. Not as great as the Vanguard, but still really good. The Dominator 3 also comes equipped with an anchoring system that keeps you safe in any tornado, including EF5s. It adds full customization options without you actually needing to customize it, except for the horn, of course. What I mean by that is it comes with a mesonet, tornado antenna, LED light bar, as well as the anchoring system, of course, like I already previously mentioned, and a laptop. So it comes with everything. Now, it costs $1 million, so it's very expensive. This is a vehicle that everyone grinds towards, and for good reason. It has no equal in terms of storm chasing capability, as you are able to get right in the action and stay in the action. No other vehicle can do that. You have to drive away or walk away as far as you can. The Dominator 3 allows you to stick yourself into the ground and watch the show. With a top speed around 101 to 110, if you're just going straight on the road, you're in pretty good spot to go ahead and chase anything you want, as well as pretty good off-road speed. I want to say 22 to 24 miles an hour. It has a pretty good fuel capacity, not as much as like the Altitude or the Magnitude or the Vanguard, but it still has a pretty good fuel capacity. You'll just need to fuel up a few times per scenario. So for those reasons, we're going to go ahead and place this Dominator in the S tier, firmly in there. It's an endgame vehicle. You can survive any tornado, enough said. And that'll complete our tier list. The Dom 3 sits firmly at the top. I'd say the Zenith and the Traditional are pretty close to being even all the way here at the bottom, but that's pretty much to be expected. If you wanted to get a pretty good vehicle, the Magnitude offers pretty good in terms of full customization, as well as a cheap price point. But the Live Storm Chaser vehicle also has a very nice price point with everything you would need to get started in storm chasing. And that's going to wrap up our video. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned storm chaser, I hope this helps you choose the right vehicle for your next Intercept. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my rankings or if there's a vehicle you think deserves a higher or lower spot. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more Outbreak content. Until next time, Dieg out.